Welcome back to another episode of Spirit of an Athlete. On this episode, I interview Vanessa Gfrerer. We just finished, and I am still deeply moved and touched by what you'll witness in this episode. We start off talking about Vanessa's business, and we talk about how she is a veterinarian turned deep intuitive, helping people connect on a deeper level with their animals. And not your typical Spirit of an Athlete guest, but likely you all have pets at home. And you probably sink into your pets when you come home from a tough day or a tough game, or you miss your pets when you go off to college. And listening to Vanessa's deep, intuitive nature and her understanding of pets is going to deepen your relationship with your pets. She allowed me to do an initial body scan. So on the episode with Alina Jesus, I did a comprehensive body scan with Vanessa. She had never allowed me permission to read into her body. We did an initial body scan, and we unlocked several things for her. And a lot of it had to do with her business and some of her mindsets around getting help. I thought we were done with the episode after that. And I did open it up to her to do what she does with me and my dog Ghost, because he's got some health issues that we've been challenged with for quite some time. And what came out of this was beautiful and tough and sensitive for me, because I love my animals fiercely, just like I love my daughter fiercely and my husband fiercely. But that relationship with a pet is just a little different because communication isn't quite as clear. It's like having a permanent toddler. I hope you get to witness how she unravels what's going on for my dog and myself. Thank you for listening. Vanessa Gfrerer, thank you so unbelievably much for allowing me to do this initial body scan and then share your wisdom and experience as a vet and allowing people to understand what you do as an intuitive, as well as how important pets are in an athlete's life.
I need to say thank you. Thank you for having me here, because I do think, or actually I do know how important body wisdom is. And I just love in my work that our pets constantly are working with their bodies and healing and channeling with us. So I'm so curious and excited for having fun with you here. And I'm so grateful for your audience that they might be curious what their pets actually can show them, teach them as athletes, because they probably have some wisdom.
Okay, so I have to ask this question because it's my curiosity. In your experience, do our pets reflect back on us what we're experiencing?
Oh, yes, and even more.
Okay, what's the more? Give me a little bit, because I totally feel like the audience is going to just love this, because I know most of my athletes that I work with have pets, and they'll come and they'll start telling me about their pets. And I'm like, oh yeah, well, your pets are healing you at the same time. So
yeah, I want to go right away with an example, because in my work, I have a training in osteopathy. And when I work with a pet's body, I get sometimes to kind of a blockage or an area where it's just, I have issues to release it, or the body has issues releasing it. And then I usually kind of look over to the owner and I'm like, okay, that's the whole thing. And then if the owner is okay with it, we actually release the issue at the owner or the blockage. And when I go back to the pet, it's gone. And so there's the funny thing is sometimes there is this reflection, like a mirroring, and it's just because we chose each other to walk the path together. And in few cases, it's really that the pet is carrying or helping with an issue that really doesn't belong to the pet. So it's very interwoven.
It is. Okay. So my dog's name is Ghost. And we named him that because we got him not long after Game of Thrones came out. And now we know, like, if you've watched Game of Thrones, now we know, like, that dog had a big purpose in John's life, Jon Snow. And I've been told that he carries around a lot of spirit. Well, I carry around a lot of spirit. My daughter carries around a lot of spirit. She is a lot of spirit. Is there something to that, like the intuitive naming of your animal?
Oh, yes. Oh, I have to
Tell me
laugh.
more.
Yeah, I have to laugh now because the name of my pets, and actually my dog passed away in 2021, but she's still with me, but that's a different story. But my dogs and cats' name were Merlin and Mim.
Oh my
So,
God.
and I didn't, and it was kind of before I was aware of a few things. But yeah, that kind of thing happened, I guess. And they're my biggest wisdom teacher, both of them. So
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. When a pet passes, and I know your intuition, so you were previously a vet, and then when your dog passed in 2019, and you'll have to share which dog this was, and it was a dog, correct?
mhm. Yes.
Yeah. When that dog passed, your intuition blew wide open. What are some of the bigger lessons that that dog taught you before the intuition blew wide open?
There's a bit more to that story, but she taught me so much. Like the big lesson when we were together were actually a lot about emotions and how we stuff emotions all over our body and how we actually are not working or living in a healthy way with our emotional body. So this is especially something she taught me already all her life when I got her. And towards the end, it was a very tender time for me because there was lots of death and birth around that time because I cared for my dying dad and was pregnant. And then the dog was sick and I was in a toxic work environment. So it was just like this huge kind of, yeah, cooking bowl, I don't know. And it was just when towards the end, we had lots of silent time together. And she taught me to distinguish the voices within myself. And how often those little pets tell us we have to give them food, it's just actually not our own voice in our head. but I started to understand what the pets' voices are in my head and were my whole lifetime. And that was kind of during, those very last days together. And that became more and more clear, her voice, her choices, her way to pass. Yeah.
That's beautiful.
It is.
The awakening that happened for you. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, like I said, it was more of it was not like blowing open from one moment to the other, like others do. As I said, it was kind of a process because it was such an intense time, and it was so much birth and death in that time, and so much tenderness. And I was really lucky to kind of at the same time now I know I was guided to do at exactly that timing my specialized training in osteopathy, and so I started to accept my intuition, and that was big key as well. And I started to trust. I started to trust myself, and that was actually the thing.
Isn't that the key? Self-trust.
Yeah, yeah. And then at the same time, with this crazy giving birth thing and helping others to pass over to the other side, it was just like,
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. That's a lot to process in a very short period of time. That's a lot of transformation in a
mhm.
very short period of time. Congratulations on getting to the other side of it, but also getting to the other side of it was all of those lessons. That
Yes,
was
and
huge for you.
yeah, that. But when I think about it or when I feel about it, it's just there's just gratitude and beauty.
Thank you for sharing all of that. We'll probably go back to a little bit more of your experiences as a vet turning intuitive animal whisperer, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. Are you comfortable with that term?
Yes, 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 yes.
Fabulous. Okay. All right. When I was told I was a body whisperer, I was like, oh, I got to sit with that. And then I'm like, okay, body whisper healing, that's my business name. Let's jump into your initial body scan. So, Vanessa and I have never worked together in this regard. So, you're going to get to witness what it looks like for an initial body scan from me. Vanessa, do you give me permission to read your body's energy and potentially bigger than that, maybe some ancestral connections as well?
Yes.
Let's get specific because I don't want to go on for hours because a comprehensive body scan, that is an hour and 20-minute long process with me. This, we're going to keep it to about 10 to 15 minutes. So, what's an area of focus that you would really like me to dial in on? And then I'll branch out from there.
It was my heart, but I also feel my right kidney.
Okay.
There's an interconnection with it. So I just give you that.
Okay, that works. So when we first started the call, you'd already given me permission and I'd already started to drop in and I immediately felt that hurt. And what's interesting is it's not left of the chest where the heart resides, but heart chakra. So this centered heart position. And when we talk about chakras, really it's a bunch of nervous system nodes. So it's your nerves in nodes at that point in your chest. Also in the back body. So we've got a lot of our nervous system moving through our spine. So there's this through point for you in this center of the chest area. And it likes to shoot off into your collarbone right here, this position. So there's a referral pain going to there, which rolls around to your neck and then up your head, and then gives you some stress type headaches that roll over the top of your head. So it's radiating out from this point. Does that resonate with you?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, right shoulder is taking a hit from a lot of this too. And I'm following what's going on, what the signals are sending me so that I can get to the root. That's the goal right now, is for me to get to the root of things. Interesting. So I put a little pressure on the back of the neck next to the spine and then gave a little hip roll, and a lot of popping happened in the low back, giving you a little energetic self massage. Yeah, so touching in on your first vertebrae, C1, cervical, right at the base of the skull. And that seems to release a lot of what's going on in the heart area, but not so much the shoulder area. But there's a direct connection to the base of the skull and the heart. Ooh, yep, and there's the pop to release it. I feel like I'm kind of like a dog when I go through this. So when you see pets get chiropractic work done, they do the licks as soon as they release, and their bodies process so much faster than ours because our heads get in the way because we're much, I wouldn't say much more, but we're definitely more complex than them when it comes to releasing. And your body, everywhere I go, it just starts to release it right away. As soon as I put my hands on it, I get a release. So your body is super responsive. And I love, love, love that. It makes the work of healing easier. So I'm in the scap right now because it keeps lighting up. It keeps showing me, pay attention to the right scapula, which is connected to the kidney because the kidney is lighting up as well. And it's interesting to see that. I usually see crossbody stuff, so left shoulder affects right hip, stuff like that. And this is right. So it's a little higher than the kidney. The adrenals sit on top of the kidney, and the right adrenal gland is a little more taxed than you would want. Just the right one, though, which is interesting. So people who have adrenal fatigue, it usually lights up in both adrenal glands. This is just one, just the right side, so if we divide the body in half from center front, the right side, and I'm checking in for your body, the right side is masculine and future, and the left side is feminine and past. And this is true for you. That's true for most people. What I've noticed is some lefties will flip it. Are you a lefty?
No.
Okay. So masculine energy. Okay. So the message is it's around business, and it's around believing that the way that you need to move forward in business is in this masculine way, this logical, systematized way. Yes, that's part of it. But there's this overarching feeling that it has to be that way. And there's not a whole lot of room for feminine. And it's stressing you out. So this is a cortisol response and an adrenal response just on the one side. Does that resonate with you?
Yes.
Okay.
It does.
All right. Yeah. So from a psychological perspective, from a mental perspective, we're looking at bringing in more feminine into your business, into your work. And the feminine piece, it should be, for me, it's pretty obvious, but when we're in our businesses, it's the forest and the trees, right? We are in it. So what you do, the intuitive connection that you have with animal and spirit, that's the creative side. That's the feminine side. But then all of the doing and work, I think I've told you this before, hand it off. Hand it off to somebody else to do that piece of the puzzle so that you can stay in your genius, in the gift that you have. And so it doesn't diminish that light. Yeah, and that gave it a little release. And now we're hitting the left. So now both kidneys are lighting up, and it's lighting up through your spine. So it's almost like this arrow shooting across your spine from right to left. There it is. Okay, so low back is representative of support. That lit up. As soon as I said that, I was like, you need to get some people to help you with your, get a team going here. And your low back was like, yeah. Because when our low back lights up like this, it has everything to do with what kind of support do I have around me to help me in whatever situation. So this is financial support. This is psychological support, mental support. This is physical support. Like, do I have something to lean on? In this instance for you, it has to do with finding support in the business that you trust. It's a process. I'll warn you there. It's definitely a process of finding the right team members and finding the right balance of having those team members support, and then what can you afford for them to support. But let me tell you, when you hand off that first task that you absolutely can't stand to do and it sucks the energy out of you, it's such a relief. And it's just like the simplest thing. Like, create a survey for me so that I can have people take this survey, so I can better support them with the information they supply me, right? Something as simple as that. Okay, so it wrapped around to through the hip flexors, broad term there, and right to the base of you. So root chakra is lighting up. And root chakra, this is the one spot on our body where we can actually touch those nerves, those nodes. And it has to do with passion, staying in your passion, as well as transformation and trust, because it's at the base of you. It's the root of your tree. And as you hear, this is funny. So as you hear me talk about hiring team, your low back is giving you the pain signal. Pay attention. She's right. And then when it swoops around to the base of you, again, these are positive signals. It's telling you, yeah, I would be able to grow my business from the base if I had that kind of support. How's this all resonating with you?
It really resonates, but what really comes up the whole time is like that was in between the like what you say, and there's just fear coming up.
Mm-hmm.
And lots of question marks, because it feels like I don't know how this support should look like, and how, yeah, could I afford that? And like, yeah, it's lots of fear blocks coming up, lots of gremlins.
So in your ideal world, in your business, what in the world would it look like to have support? What does that even feel like? Just to have the support. You've already hired them. It doesn't matter what you're paying them. Go past those things and go straight to, this person's already doing the work for me. What does that look like?
It's a bit. I just have the feeling that I never had support in my life, and that I just don't know how that is supposed to feel and be like. So It's really, yeah, it's more like the feeling of a child trying something new.
Oh, it's definitely, yeah.
That's that kind of feeling. And it's that, am I allowed? Do I get in trouble when I think more of this?
Okay. All right. Let's simplify it. Think of a time in your life when you sat in a chair that you absolutely loved. Can you think of that chair?
Mm-hmm.
What's it look like?
It's like a hanging chair, like a nest,
swing.
Yes.
Oh, yes. Okay. What did it feel like to sit in that chair?
Cozy and comfortable and safe and relaxed.
Okay. So you felt supported by an object that was as simple as a chair. Every single one of those descriptor words that you just use are the words that you are looking for in the support from another human in any relationship. Cozy, comfortable, easy. Yeah. That's what it's like to be supported. So now you've got examples that you can go back on, right? You've got a chair. I bet you have a bed.
Yeah.
You have pets that have supported you. as well.
Mhm.
And now you've got all of the things to look for in what you want in another human that will support you in your business. Does that make sense?
Mhm. Yes.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, holy cow. Okay, so I just had about 15 different centers in my body pop, 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 pop. As soon as we got to the other side of that, there's still this twinge in the heart center. Still that feeling of fear, like I need to guard my heart. I need to protect. Do you remember dating when you were really young and
Yes.
how awful it was, but at the same time, how amazing and exciting it was?
Yes.
Yeah. When we hire people onto our team for our business, that's what it's like. It's exactly what it's like. It's like dating.
I'm not sure if I want to go back there, actually.
I just said that the other day to somebody too. I was like, I wouldn't survive the dating world right now. Speaking to a woman who's in her 60s doing an online dating thing. And I'm like, girlfriend, no, don't do it online. Go find friends who are single and have them connect you. Go the old fashioned way. But it is that process of getting to know another human, right? This is how we find friends. This is how you and I connected.
And that's true. That's true.
Yeah. So
But
it's an experiment, and you are a very intuitive person already. Feel it out. When you first have a conversation with a human that you're going to bring into your business, is it easy? Is it comfortable? Do you feel like they would be able to support you? And then you go and test them and you find out, just like when you were dating as a kid, but you've got way more knowledge now.
mm, I don't
Yeah,
know. I always drop back to the moment that I realized that this relationship thing is just gonna keep going on until the end. And
yeah.
probably over to the other side as well. Oh God, I have a new realization. Great. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. Uh, it's true, though. It's true. We were put in these meat suits in this density on this planet with these brains to communicate and connect. And when it comes to longevity, the people who have developed relationships and maintained relationships and learned how to do that process over and over again are the people who live the longest. That's the number one statistic. You can sit there and drink your alcohol and smoke your cigarettes. And as long as you're social doing it, you're going to survive and live a really long time. Isn't that nuts?
Yeah, so great. Now I have to go into the next relationship adventure. Great. Thank you for that, Amanda. I'm not so sure if I'm happy about that.
Okay, so a tool to move forward with is put your hand on your heart and your hand on your low belly. So this is more sacral area. These two spots. And when you meet a person that you're like, okay, maybe I could be a friend of this person. Those two centers right there connected through your arms, you should be getting the chills or some sort of signal in your body. So for me, it's goosebumps down the legs that this is the right thing. I'm in the right place with the right people right now. And if that twinge, that tickle, that goosebump feeling doesn't arise, you're not in the right time at the right space with that particular human. And it might be that you got to try again, but all you got to do is put hand on heart, hand on sacrum, hand on your low belly, and feel into it. So when I stand here and I'm talking to you, I get those chill bumps down the back of my legs and all the way down to my feet. And I'm like, yeah, I'm with the right person right now. This totally resonates with every bit of me. For you in particular, it's heart and that low belly, the sacrum, the sacral center. Yeah. Because it is a birthing into a new relationship connected with your heart.
Yeah, thank you for that.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
That brings lots of ease.
I hope so. Because that's what it should.
Yeah, I have a light bulb moment. That's the thing I really can access with my feminine side. And that's why it seemed impossible. Because I thought I needed to go with the right side and have to pressure it and have to have it by a specific moment or whatever. And I just had troubles with the trust because I thought I have to go with the right side for it. And when I bring the ease in it and I can just trust, then it starts to take lots of pressure off my shoulders.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that right shoulder pressure, that shoulder blade gunk that I was feeling, it's gone. We released that. Ta-da! There's still some popping and clicking going on. I love that because that reaffirms in my body that your body is releasing still. And it'll probably continue to release as you digest what I've said to you. And then watch the recording of this again. More will come through at that time, for sure. That feels complete. Do you feel like that shifted and moved some stuff for you?
Yes, definitely.
Excellent. Excellent. Yeah. Ease. That comfy chair. Keep drawing back to that comfy chair. Connect with that. And then connect in with the animals. And what does the relationship look like with the animals? Can we have that with humans, please? Because it's just easy.
Well, from my point of view,
is it?
It's not always easy.
True. True. Got a cat. Dogs. So I have both a dog and a cat. And when it comes to dogs, I feel like I connect better with them, but the cats are definitely, they gravitate to me as well. And I love both of my animals, but I feel like my dog communicates better than my cat. But my cat is also she's been in the house for 2 years now, whereas my dog's been in the house for 10. So he's a great communicator, and my cat and I are still figuring it out.
Yeah, right? they're kind of laughing at the background now, but that's okay.
I am certain of it because they're like, we communicate all that time. Oh, man. Vanessa, thank you so unbelievably much for allowing me to do your initial body scan and get you a couple of results right away. Unleash some of this stuff. It's not physical. It's psychological. We're dealing with some mental things where it's showing up and lighting up in the body. And you allowed for those openings. So thank you. And thank you for allowing us all to witness that.
Yeah, thank you for that. I really appreciate it. I truly do. Yeah.
You're very welcome.
It's from all of my heart.
Thank you. I feel that. Okay. Where can people find you? How can people reach out to you if they have a pet that they need help communicating with, like me?
Well, after I don't have that much support yet, the best way is to just send me an email so that I can send you a Calendly link or just some time for a discovery call. Yeah, just send me an email. I will definitely get back to you, and we might set up a discovery call and see what we can find and what we can work together.
Right. I could use some help with my dog. He's aging and has cataracts, and his hips are starting to get a little tighter. And well, we've had a lot of poo problems for the last several years. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to
Yeah.
connecting with you about all of that so we can unlock
Yes.
ghost problem.
Yeah. Yes. I'm getting very excited about that already. Please reach out. Let's find a date for that. That would be so much fun.
Absolutely.
And I'd love to give you something back for that gift you made me. I guess I still didn't allow yet the whole thing with the support. It's a didn't hear that the first time, but it just really something is shifting, and I know this already. And I'm so grateful now for your energy signature. It's very unique. It's very soft. It's very unique. I never sensed something similar like that.
Thank you for that reflection.
Yeah.
I love that you keep saying yet. I don't have support yet.
Oh, I do.
I love that. Yeah, I have to bring light to that, because when we say it in that way, it's not, well, I don't have support, right?
Mhm.
It's, I don't have support yet. It's coming. Yeah. Yeah. And you already know it
And
is.
and I can trust it. It's again that word, it's trust, and it's so connected to my deep feminine wisdom.
Mhm.
And yeah, it's such a beautiful realization.
Yay. Okay, maybe what we need to do is record right now how you work with your people, with their pets. Are you open to that? I know we didn't discuss doing that, but I think people need to see this. I think people need to experience this, and I'm kind of ready for it, because we've been dealing with ghost poo problem, and now he's got a urinary problem to run along with it, and he's like an old man wearing diapers now. And he hates it, and I hate it, and we all hate it. So if you're open to it,
Hmm. Yeah.
and we record it and put it on the podcast, are you
Yes.
down? Whew.
Yes.
Awesome. Okay. All right. What do you need to, you've already tapped in with my animals. I already know that. What do you need to know from me about what's going on with him?
Like I love to bring in my veterinary brain a bit, because it really gives us some stability and
Science
and hmm? Yeah,
and
that too.
science.
No, it's just it's just one thing, it just has to go hand in hand. Can you
Exactly.
tell
This
me
is what
what
I like.
age he is?
He is 10 and a half.
Okay. What breed is he?
He's a Samoyed, full bred AKC champion line.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh
Mm-hmm.
gosh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
This
that
is
part right there, I already know. Like, there's a lot that goes with what I just said.
no, I'm actually laughing because yesterday I was just really getting deeper with this type of breed, because I figured I don't know enough about it yet. Anyways, we keep going. And so, when did he start with having this poop problem?
The first big episode was Memorial Day weekend of 2017 or 2018. So we're looking at 7 years ago now.
Wow.
Is that right? Is that 7 years ago? 2024? Yeah.
Wow,
Six years. So 4 years old when it all really kicked off. And what it culminated in was he ended up having hernia surgery. He had two big old pockets on either side of his anus full of stool. And we wouldn't have known any better because he's so furry. But when they took it all out, when they did the mesh for the hernia repair, he had a deflated butt, and the amount of mom guilt that came with that was awful. Just from my side of the house. That surgery also removed his testicles. He was intact up to that point, and the vet wouldn't do the surgery unless we agreed to have those removed, because she didn't feel that it was appropriate for him to be able to still have those sexual urges. And I was like, well, isn't that kind of ingrained in him? He's already, at this point, he was already 6 years old. And, he's getting to the end of his testicular fortitude at that point anyways.
Mm-hmm. Yes,
and she was like, well, since he's almost to the age where he doesn't need them, we might as well take them. And I feel like that didn't serve him. But then the surgery itself, when they stapled the intestine tract to his abdominal wall, he was fine. But then when they removed those staples after surgery, he had a back leg limp. He had more bowel issues. And so what it's culminated in is he basically gives birth to a softball size stool every other month for quite some time. And we have to give him enemas to do this. And then we know when he's getting backed up, because he'll start to urinate without control in the house. And it's laying down strictly.
Okay.
And now he's to a point where he doesn't have urinary control at all, and he'll walk around the house and dribble. So we've put him into diapers for it, which sucks, but it's working. So, roll with it.
So first I actually want to witness your story. From my point of view, I can really understand it from my mind and what all of this actually means. But especially I can feel you. And these are many, many years of pain and suffering. And the thing is that the suffering is especially here from your side as well. And what I feel is very important, and what he wants me to go for right away, is to actually release this suffering, because it puts a lot of pressure on him and also on his intestines to carry this suffering. If you're okay with that, I would work with you and with him and your body now. And I would ask you to put your hands on your lower belly and take one deep breath into it. This is not his suffering, it's yours.
Oh, yeah. He got him. Yeah. And this is where the reflection question came in earlier, because I know I've got a ton of gut issues that I'm constantly battling my entire life. And when he came into the fold, he didn't have these issues, but as he got used to us and got to know us, he started to mirror it. And again, that mom guilt pops in, because I know he's sentient. Yeah. He's experiencing the fun that I've had to deal with.
Yeah, but it's important for him, and he really wants you to hear this now. His story is not your story, and it's not a full reflection.
I agree with that. I don't do what he does.
And he wants you to know he is not feeling that he is suffering. He's sometimes pissed at the situation. He's annoyed, but he is not suffering. He really wants you to feel that in your body. And he wants you to release that, especially from your left womb space. It's really stuck to your left pelvis. And he would love to support you in releasing that, but he has not the power in his lower chakras, because there is his weakness. And that's why he's asking me to support you in this.
Thank you.
And what I'm feeling right now, that it's flowing down your left leg, on your thigh. And Mama Earth is taking it and appreciating it. There is no such thing like mom guilt, as something that my guides just break through. Thank you. I needed to hear that too.
I think every mom needs to hear that.
And this is something you can let go now. And what I feel now with him, or he's actually, he is just really like, he's very clear actually in his messaging. He knows what he has to say. And it's a really relief actually on his pelvic area that is so troubled and is so fragile, that this is not there anymore. Because the thing is, he really wanted to support you in that, but he just couldn't because of the weakness in that area. Did he ever see a veterinary osteopath or anything like that?
We did see osteopaths. We've seen a lot. We've seen chiropractors. We've seen acupuncturists. We've seen osteopaths. We've seen endocrinologists for dogs.
Because I'm wondering, because there are still lots of energetic boundaries and cutoffs in his body. And
I've identified those and don't know what to do about them.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd love to support you with that. I think it would kind of take too much time if we would go right away for this right now. But yeah. I will just check in with him for one moment. Give me 1 second. Okay. He's just kind of howling because of the relief, and he's really
happy.
Happy, yeah. He's kind of like, finally. Yeah, so I'd love to work with you and him. And
Deal.
At the moment, I just feel gratitude from his side, because you let go of the suffering, because that was actually really an issue for his health situation at the moment, more than the diaper and all of this.
It's been tough to watch him literally look like he's giving birth and hear him. Really, it's the howling and the sounds he makes when he has to pass these large pieces of stool. It's awful. It's gut wrenching every single time. And that's the piece of the puzzle. Like I kept on saying to myself, he doesn't deserve to suffer like that. There's got to be a better way. There's got to be something more we can do to support him or end it for him. And it's the hardest thing to think that I've got to put my dog down because he can't figure out how to poop.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. And it's that direct reflection back to me on what I deal with on and off all the time. So thank you for seeing that. Thank you for acknowledging, and thank you for being able to connect us together in that communication.
Yes. I'm so grateful that you asked for that. Really. And I do have the feeling that this actually the way we have to look also at that spot, what that putting down would mean. And We have to tune in what he is actually saying about this. But for me, the very first step was, because to be honest, for me, it seems like from a clear medical point of view, you are doing all the steps and everything is done. And it's really, really clear. So usually I always look at that, and then we see, okay, what are the things we can do there? And we can also look in this as well, if there are any ideas how we can actually help him with the letting the poop out. Of course, we can see if we have ideas. I can speak to colleagues about that. But what I really feel, which is important, is, and the first step was to release that suffering from the two of you, that we can actually start to look behind it.
Yeah. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Okay, guys. Wipe my tears away. So beautiful what you do. It's a deeper level of connection with your pets that is so necessary. Giving them a voice, giving them a way to tell us more than what we're already experiencing from them, what they can provide to us. So I truly appreciate that. Vanessa, thank you so much for being on the podcast, hanging out with me, letting me do my body scan, and then letting you do your intuitive work with me and Ghost. So thank you.
Oh, I'm so grateful, really, to be here and weave together with you.
Thanks for listening to Spirit of an Athlete podcast. If you're struggling with your own gut issues and want more direction, you can get an initial body scan from Amanda at bodywhisperhealing.com. In 20 minutes, you can find out what's wrong, get clarity, map the path forward, and get on track to get back in your game. If this episode hits the spot, please let us know by rating, reviewing, and sharing it with a friend. Subscribe now to hear more inspiring stories from other female college athletes who overcame their health issues. Want more, Amanda? Get inspired by finding more at bodywhisperhealing.com.